morning, Flyers, and welcome back to the Early Bird. Alongside me, as always, is the man, Mr. Shea Curry.
Morning, Flyers.
We have a great show for you today. We have another guest room today live in the stew, so let's not waste any more time and roll the intro.
Leaving awake in the moonlight, past the trees and out of sight. I'm going back home. Only face I know is a face I see. Only place I know is inside of me. Home in me.
Welcome back to the Early Bird. If you are new at FHS and interested in getting more involved with various after-school programs, you'll want to listen to my next guest. Here to talk about our various after-school programs and how you can get involved in the out-of-school time coordinator here at FHS, DERON HINES. Good morning, DERON. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I just had some coffee this morning. I feel like I'm energized. I'm ready to shout.
You know, I need some coffee.
Oh, okay. You can try some kombucha if you like. It's the same, but it's healthier. Anyways, so you're an after-school coordinator.
Correct.
So talk to me about some after-school clubs and some opportunities some kids can have to stay after school and get some more spare time greatness in.
Okay, so we have quite the selection of after-school clubs that students have the opportunity to get involved in. From our BSU to our yearbook club that will be starting up this year again. All the information about after-school clubs will be able to be found. So right outside of the library, there's a bulletin board. And that bulletin board is going to be updated with club information and times and dates that the clubs do meet.
Great. So what kind of new clubs are new to like this year or recent years that you're trying to promote or get people excited about that you think many people haven't heard about yet?
Okay, so again, yearbook club coming back, that's a really good one. You guys will have a chance to have an influence and a say on what that end project will look like for all of you guys, for the entire class currently in the building for the Flyers. Also, there's a program called Step Up, which is a mentorship program for students who are motivated academically. They come from low income backgrounds, working families, and the applications for those are open. Starting from sophomores and up. So, you know, if anybody's interested in being a part of Step Up and you know, receiving some of that mentorship, that's definitely a good program to look into.
That's fantastic. Now, talk to me about Flyers by Night. What is it, and how can we get involved?
Okay, so Flyers by Night is actually an adult learners program that happens in the building. It's actually, you know, aims to serve the community. So we have some language offerings for adults like our ESL, our conversational Portuguese and Spanish, but also as it aims to serve the community, there are some opportunities for students to get involved with a potential futsal league that'll be starting, badminton, and some pickleball that'll be taking place in the building as well. So, you know, if you're interested, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there.
That seems kind of fun. Me and Shea might sign up for that one. So what kind of STEM opportunities do we provide for after-school programs, and how many environmental justice programs do we have at our school?
Okay, so we have a really great program that's going to be starting about next month. It's a Perspectives on Earth program. It's an environmental justice tied with social justice and STEM, and aims to kind of save the community of Framingham. So the way the program works is you will get to conduct, with some mentored leadership, you'll get to conduct your own study on Framingham and find any environmental issues that you might, you know, have an interest in kind of saving or changing, using, because it's also a partnership with NASA, so using some NASA.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So using some NASA data, you'll actually get to conduct the study and actually kind of come up with a solution, a prototype to kind of solve the issue, and this will actually lead into a paid internship in the summer. So, you know, if you're interested, the way your eyebrows are looking
That's
right
pretty
now,
cool. NASA's like, you know, top of the line like spacecraft, like right above Bezos.
Big deal,
So,
big deal.
okay, so if students usually take the bus home and they can't get a ride home from these after-school activities, how could they still participate in these activities?
Okay, so the late bus is actually going to be starting next week. So, after 2:15, please be with a teacher or with clubs, and there'll be an opportunity for you to sign up for the late bus throughout the day. Information on where that sign-up sheet is pending, so there'll be some future communication coming out for that. But also, it is a first-come, first-served basis.
Right.
We have one north bus and one south bus, so just making sure you get your seat on that bus throughout the day, and then coming in and checking in the library after programs are done to kind of make sure that you got a spot on that. So.
That's awesome. Well, if you're interested in participating in any after-school clubs, you can go see the bulletin board outside the FHS library, or I'm assuming approach DERON in person, because I'm sure he's very friendly, and this is a fantastic interview. DERON, thank you so much for coming down this morning. And now, live in the studio, we have Harrison with the pledge.
From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Harrison. Anyways, Flyers, it is time to hear from you. So, starting us off with announcements is just Miss Bannock.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy, what day are we on today? Happy Wednesday. Oh, this week is flying by fast. So I wanted to start, again, I had mentioned last week about picking up in the cafeteria after lunch, both inside and outside, and most of you are doing a fabulous job, but for those of you who are forgetful about that, please remember to throw your trash away after lunch. The custodians have a lot of work to do, and they do an amazing job for us, but we need to do our part to help them as well. Open house is tomorrow night, so if you can remind your folks that it is synchronous and it's virtual. So while we will all be in the building live, having this event for your parents and guardians, your parents and guardians can join this event from the comfort of their home. So it begins at 6:30, and the teachers will be sending out the Zoom links to all of your folks between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. tomorrow. So I just wanted to let you all know that. Please remind your folks we look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow night. One thing I also talked about last week a little bit was, addressing some of the concerns of what had happened, different events last week, including the incident at the football game and a couple of problems we had at school during lunch. All of these matters have been addressed, all have been investigated, all have been held accountable and responsible per the Code of Conduct and Mass General Law and so forth. But what I want you to know is that, and again, I said you don't always know the outcome of these situations simply because students do have privacy rights. But it's important for me to remind you that all of these matters are taken very seriously and thoroughly investigated, but I also want to remind you that each and every one of us is responsible for doing our part to create a school community that is safe, that respects social justice, that is mindful of language, both in the hallways, in the classrooms, in the cafeteria. I think sometimes things are said without thinking, and that's a concern because it's our responsibility, each and every one of us, to be very mindful of the words we choose because words are very powerful. For those of you who were here pre-pandemic, we had a very significant campaign that the Black Student Union had put together about not in my classroom, not on my fields, not in my parking lot, not in my hallways, and that was specific to the use of the N-word. So I'm going to resurrect that PSA for all of you to see. I'm going to ask Flyer News to be broadcasting that again. I want you to be very mindful of your language at all times. It's not going to be tolerated. Any type of racial slur or sometimes the profanity, it's not acceptable. We need to respect ourselves, or we need to respect each other. So I ask for everyone's full cooperation in this. And if you see something, say something. Make sure that we're aware because, all these matters are taken very seriously. We care very deeply about each and every one of you, and we want you to feel happy, safe, and engaged in school. So again, just be the eyes of the school. We all need to support each other and take care of each other. So I wish you all a wonderful day. I'm going to pass it right back to Griffin and Shea. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Bannock. So
of Flyer News. Remember, if you want to watch this episode or the episode of Flyer News again, you could find that on our YouTube or in the link of our bio, both at Framingham High Studios. Now, 2 more things. Thank you to my guest, DERON, for coming down. If you want to participate in after-school clubs, make sure to approach him or go to that bulletin board right outside the library. And also, FHS Cross Country has a meet today, so if you want to see some runners, go see some track stars. I don't know. Shea, take us out.
Stay cool, Flyers. Get your schoolwork done. Remember, early bird always gets the worm. See you guys.
Fresh. See you guys tomorrow.
You bought a new car and your career's really taking off. It's like we never even happened, baby.